Apparently today is when the event is supposed to start, so let's just skip through that. And we'll have a look. It's not showing anything special there, but it should show in the achievements section if it's in the game. There we go. Right. So, Operation S.U.M.M.E.R tests. Here we go. Yeah, so it's just how I thought they were going to do it. Although, wait a sec. No, they've cut down on the amount of tasks. That's not 14 tasks. Or 28 tasks even. That only shows days from the 21st until the 22nd. Yeah. This kind of shows how rushed these things are, I think. In that the entire event was probably created literally a couple of weeks ago, based on information that they collated from the previous similar tasks that they did a few months ago, and were hated by the community, reviled even, as far as the complexity and length that it caused. Here we are again with a very similar situation, I should say. This task is actually worse, from what I can tell, than the previous tasks. For the simple reason that Gaijin have decided to add RNG into the element. RNG was actually in the previous tasks kind of meta, if you want to call it that. But it was only a smaller scale, or on a smaller scale. This is on a much larger scale. In fact, the way it works is you've got two separate sets of tasks in this. You've got the initial set, which apparently is going to run for 14 days. No, is it 14 days? No, sorry, 7 days. And you have to do 4 tasks every day if you want to get the IS-7. Minimum 4 tasks. You can't miss a day, from what I can tell. You may be able to miss one day eventually, or something. I honestly can't tell at the moment because they're not being very clear about the information that they've given. But you've got to do 28 tasks in those 7 days, alright? Which are these? Okay. It only shows 8 of them here, but there will be 28 in total that you'll need to do in order to get the IS-7. Then, from the 28th, I think it is, or 27th even, of July. Yeah, from the 27th of July until the 6th of August. That's only as long as it runs, right? So this event is only going to be running for about 2 weeks, from what I can tell. Maybe just a little bit over that. Right? Anyway, you've got to get the 14 tasks, or 28 tasks even, done from here, in order to get down to the IS-7, even to get a chance of getting it. Then, the second stage starts, and that's from the 27th of July until the 6th of August. During this stage, you are basically down to the elements of RNG. It even says on the website, resources and rare parts are given only if the battle activity was 50% or higher in battle. So, it's basically RNG from that point onwards. Or, from what I can tell from what they're saying, as far as the second part of it goes, that is basically, as far as the RNG goes, it's all down to getting people to put money onto the marketplace, because that's where you are going to be able to trade those parts, I think. No, or maybe not. Yeah, this is just really bizarre, and if I'm completely honest, it's pathetic. It's like they're trying to copy ideas out of, I don't know, Fortnite, World of Warcraft, name any other game like that, or any other MMO that has this kind of little functionality, if you want to call it that, or features. And that's what they've been looking at and going, oh, we need to put that in because kids like it. So this has already started, apparently. Yeah. It's going to be fun, obviously. One of the things I have also noticed as well is, well, there's two things really. One, you can't buy these with gold. Okay. None of them. Which basically means you're going to have to do. If you want to get an IS-7, you're going to do all of this. Or, and this is a big or, because it involves a shit ton of money, I guess. Or, what you will be able to do is buy it from the marketplace, because there will probably be people selling the IS-7 on there. Though I don't expect it to be cheap at all. Considering the amount of effort that it's going to go into getting these vehicles, they aren't going to be cheap on the marketplace. I'd be very surprised if you'll find one for less than $50 or 50 Gaijin coins even. So, yeah, whether or not this is going to be a thing remains to be seen. Because from what I'm seeing on their website, and I imagine on their forums as well, is another inferno, another PR disaster. Don't believe me for what I'm saying there. Go and look at the website, read all the comments, and then also imagine all of the comments that have probably been removed because they used coarse language. I can imagine there's been quite a few that have been removed, from what I can tell, or at least from what I've seen previously. But then again, just read through all the comments, like I say. You'll also see some replies back from moderators trying to defend it, though it's very weak. The defense that Gaijin have for this is just pathetic. They say or claim that they're doing all of this due to the community feedback. Yeah. What part of the community? The community part that doesn't play the bloody game? Because I can't think of anyone that would want to do this. I personally probably won't be working towards this. I'm kind of tempted to just to have a look at, you know, how long it's going to take me to do it. Then I've also got to try and imagine a relatively new player trying to do it. And then I also should point out that you can't get the IS-7 even, unless you've got a minimum tier 4 vehicle. You have to have a tier 4 vehicle in order to do the grind for the tasks and the parts for the IS-7. It's not for new players, quite simply. Unless they're going to throw money into the game and buy the tier 4 premium. Or go to the marketplace and buy an IS-7 for a grossly inflated price. We're just going to have to wait and see as far as if it actually changes, or whether or not Gaijin will buckle under community pressure. Because at the moment, they are trying to force this through and keep it as it is. So, yeah. War Thunder memes. They're back again.